Good morning, friends. We are learning our subject, that is data visualization 3160717. And in that, we are learning our module 3, that is visualizing data programmatically. So, now what we want to learn? In previous lectures, we have seen how to set up the Google chart. And for that, what we need to have is we need to have the Google chart APIs. What we can say? JavaScript, right? So how do we provide that? That we can get from this developers.google.com or otherwise gstatic.com, right? So let us proceed further. So now we want to know about the difference between bar chart and column chart. You already are aware, but as we want to study this, we are including it here. Both the bar and column charts display data using rectangular bars, whereas the length of the bar is proportional to the data value. Both the charts are used to compare two or more values. However, the difference lies in their orientation. A bar chart is oriented horizontally, whereas the column chart is oriented vertically. Although alike, they cannot be always used interchangeably because of the difference in their orientation. So, what should we do? Let us have the code for that. Let's say HTML, head, script. Now here we need to provide the JavaScript path which will give us the support for Google chart, right? So for that, script type is equal to text slash JavaScript. Source is equal to https://www.gstatic.com/charts/loader.js, right? Loader.js. This is the file which is giving us the facility of Google chart, right? Okay. So now what do we want is we want to load the Google chart. So how do we do that? For that we are having script. So how we can do that? Script type is equal to text slash JavaScript. Now load the Google chart. How we can do that? For that, google.charts.load, what we say is current, and what packages we want to include, they are the core chart, because we want to have the core charts available, right? Now what else we want to have is google.charts.set on load callback, that is draw chart, right? Draw chart is the function which will be called back. Fine. So here is a function that is for draw chart. What do we say about that? We are having the data, right? We want to provide the data for drawing the chart. So how we can do that? For that we can say variable data is equal to google.visualization.array2data table. Now here we need to provide the data. Array2 data table, with that we'll be providing the data. So how do we provide the data? For that we can say First is the column that is for subject. Second is there for marks. And the third one is there for style, right? So that we are saying as role, column, style, right? Now these are the three columns which we want to have. So now after specifying the title, let us have the columns and the data related to that. Fine? Okay. So subject is DV. Then marks say 8.94, and the style, that is the color we want to specify here. Then DM, you can say 10.49, color is silver. WP, the marks, then the color is there. Here you can say talk, then the percentage, marks, and then after color, right? So this way we have specified the data. How we have specified the data? That is using google.visualization.array2data table, right? Okay. So now what we want is we want to have the view, that is a visualization. So for that what we are doing is we are creating a view variable, that is variable view is equal to new google.visualization.data view, and we are specifying this data here, right? We are specifying the data here. Now what we do is view.set columns 0, 1. What do we do for that? Calc stringify. Source column is 1, type is string, and role is annotation, right? We are specifying the columns and giving the specification here, right? And comma 2. For 0 and 1 column, we are specifying what they are. And for second, that is we are having the 3 columns which we want to view. That is, we can say that we are specifying the view variable, wherein we are saying 0, 1, comma. For that, we are specifying the specification and comma 2. So 3 columns we are setting. Fine. Now we want to specify the options for drawing the chart. So what are they? The title we want to specify, that is failure percentage of students in subjects. Width, that is 600. Height, that is 400. Bar, that is group width 95 percentage, and legion, that is the position none, right? For any particular chart we typically use to specify these options, isn't it? So that's what we have specified here. Now variable chart, we want to draw the chart. So for that we are having the variable, that is chart, is equal to new google.visualization.bar chart, as we want to have the bar chart. Now what do we do is document dot get element by id bar chart underscore values. Okay, bar chart underscore values. So chart dot draw view comma options. Fine. Chart dot draw view comma options. Fine. So what we are doing with this bar chart, that is we want to have the visualization, that is using bar chart, and document that get element by id. This is what we were doing before also, right? Whatever will be specifying in the div in the body part, whatever is id, the same thing we have to specify here. Fine. Okay, so chart dot draw, that is to draw the chart. View, that is a variable which we have already set, and the options which we have just specified, that is here. What is the title? What is the width, height? What is the bar? Means what is the group width? What is the legion? That's what we have specified. Fine. So now div id is equal to bar chart underscore values style, that is width colon 900 px, width sorry height is 300 px, and div and body and html, right? So we'll be able to see the bar chart as something like this. Let me show you that by running this particular script, right? So you can have the idea. This is the bar chart, right? The same code is here, which I have shown you in the PPT. Let's see that, right? Let us run this in the browser, right? Let's see, this is the view of our bar chart, right? Bar chart is the horizontal chart, fine. This dv, right? This is dm, this is wp, this is stock, right? So this way we are able to see the chart, fine. Okay, now let us proceed further. Now next what we want to learn is column chart, right? So for that we can say we should know the column styles. So the style role lets you control several aspects of column appearance with CSS like declarations. So for that we can say color, opacity, fill color, fill opacity, stroke color is line color, fill color is whatever we feel, right? Stroke opacity, thickness we can say, and stroke width, fine. So for that let's see the code here. Column chart, yeah, here it is. So what is there in that? What difference is there? Is it same as what we have done for a bar chart? Let's see. Let me show you that. So you yourself can identify the difference, right? Okay, let me show. Here, first of all, we are loading the loader.js, that is using, we can say, gstatic.com/charts/loader.js, right? This loads the Google Chart API, right? Okay. So now what do we want to do is script type text slash JavaScript. Now what we are doing with this? We are loading the core chart packages, and after that what we are doing is we are setting that set on load callback, that is draw chart, fine. Draw chart is the function which we want to call, fine. So this is what we are specifying here. Now function draw chart, what do we do over there? First of all we are setting the data, and then after we are setting the view of it, right? So let's see that data, that is a variable data. As you know, in JavaScript we are having variable data is equal to google.visualization.array to data table. Now here we are specifying the column names and whatever data is there. So for that we can say subject, then marks, and then this style. So that style we can specify with the help of role colon style. Fine. So now DV is the subject, 8.94 is the mark, and hash whatever is the color code, that is the style, right? So this is what we have specified here. Then we can say for DM, for WP, for talk, we are doing the same, right? So this way we have specified the data. For that, google.visualization.array2data table. Fine. Now we are setting the view. So for view, what we are doing is variable view is equal to new google.visualization.data view, and we are specifying data, right? With this data, we are creating the view. Fine. That is using making the object of google.visualization.data view. Fine. View dot set columns. So we are specifying 0, comma 1. So two columns. For that we can say calc dot stringify. Source column is column 1. Type is string. Role is annotation, right? So this is what we have specified. Now what? Comma 2. That is for third column, right? So what we have done is we are setting the columns for 1 and 2, and we are saying that the third, that is we are having the 3 columns. Fine. Okay. So after that, we can say that we are specifying the options. See, for drawing any chart, what do we do for Google chart? First of all, we are setting the data. Then after, we are setting the view. And then after, we are setting the options. Fine? These three things we have to do: data, view, and options. And then after, we'll be drawing the particular chart, right? That is the chart variable we are making, and then after we are drawing that. Fine. Using view and options. So got the point. First of all, we do have the data, right? We do have the data. Then after, what we have is we are having the view. Then after, we are specifying the options, and then after we are drawing that using the chart variable, whatever type we want, that we can specify here. Okay. And we can say then after chart.draw, that is view and options will specify. Okay. So now what do we want is for this, this we have to specify, that is for view chart, variable chart is equal to new google.visualization.column chart document.getElement by ID and column chart underscore values, right? What is this? This is the ID which will be specifying in the div ID in the body. Fine. So that is available here. div ID is equal to column chart underscore values. It is the same which we are specifying here in the document dot get element by ID. Fine. Now style is equal to width colon 900 px and height is 300 px and div, right? And body. So this is there. Now we can run this and see the output. Fine. So this is the column chart, right? Bar chart was there. This was bar chart wherein we are having the horizontal chart, right? And here we are having the column chart, right? Here we are having the column chart. Fine. So let us proceed further. Now we want to have the stack bar chart. What is that? A stack bar chart is the bar chart where we can say it places the related values aside one another. Okay. So let's see the code for that. We can have the idea. What do we have is we need to load the loader file for our Google chart. We need to specify the options. We need to to draw the chart, right? We need to load the packages. We need to have the draw chart. We need to have the data. We need to specify the options and we need to draw the chart. Fine. This is what is known to us. Let's see them one by one so we can have the idea. Doc type HTML. HTML start, head is there. Then after, what do we say is, here as we want to have the stack bar chart, the important thing is in options we must be setting is stacked true. This is what is must to have the stack bar chart. Fine. Variable options is equal to is stacked true. This is what is must. Fine. So now we are loading the Google Chart API that is using script type is equal to text slash JavaScript, source is equal to https colon www.gstatic.com slash charts slash loader.js, right? This way we are loading the JavaScript API, we are loading the JavaScript for Google Chart API. Okay. So here we are loading the packages, that is you can say in the Google Chart API, we are loading the core chart packages, that is using google.charts.load current, comma, packages, colon, core chart, right? After that, what we have to do is say in body, we are specifying div id that is equal to what? Container. Now this will be using where? When we are having get element by id, at that time we'll use the id that is container. Style is width colon 550 px, height is 400 px, margin is 0 and auto, right? These are the styles we are specifying for this div id. Okay, now we are having the chart function, that is our draw chart function. What we are having, that is also JavaScript, so we need to specify it as script language is equal to JavaScript, or this is the standard style, that is text slash JavaScript. Okay, both the way you can write, it is known to you. So now we are specifying the data. For that we can say variable data is equal to say google.visualization.array to data table year, Asia, Europe. We are specifying the data for year. We are specifying the data for what is the data of Asia and what is the data of Europe. What we are specifying in this is we are specifying the population in millions, right? The data is there for population in millions, right? For that, what is the option? You can say options we have already said. What was there? That was the a stacked is equal to true, right? This is what we have to set, right? This is what we have to set. Fine. So you can say you may not specify here. You can specify in one variable only directly, that is variable options is equal to whatever title you want to set, whatever is stack you want to set. You can do both the things together. Okay. So you can specify it here, that is title is population in millions, and the second property which we are setting is stacked is true. This is what we have specified, that this is what is required. Fine. This way you can say that if you want to specify title, you can specify inside this only. It is not the way that two times we are writing variable options. Okay. If you do not want to specify title, you can write it like this. If you want to specify title and stack, you can specify it this way. That is title colon population in millions, comma is stack is true. As we want to have the stacked bar chart. Okay. This is stack true. If you haven't specified, then you cannot have the stack bar chart, right? Now, what do we want to have is we want to have the instance of bar chart and we want to draw it, right? So you can say here, do we need to specify anything? No, it is bar chart only, but, but, but as we have specified, the is stacked true. That will give us the stacked bar chart. Fine. So for that, what we are having is variable chart is equal to new google dot visualization dot bar chart document dot get element by id container chart dot draw data comma options. Fine. Data comma options. So now what we can do is google.charts.set on load callback is draw chart, right? So what it will do is it will call the draw chart function, right? You can see in one we have said that in the starting, here we are setting it at last. See, it doesn't matter. The thing is, we have specified everything, and that is, you can say that we are calling this particular function, right? We are calling this particular function, that is draw chart. In the script only we have specified, right? So it doesn't matter whether you have specified it in the starting or in the end. For this particular thing, only thing is it should be called when we want to see the chart. Fine. Okay, so do not confuse with that. If we specify, if we follow the same steps, you can have the similar effect, right? Or you can say you can remember that well. Here, so you can say, why have you put it this calling function at last? And in the previous program, why you have put it as first? It is just to show you that if you are putting it at last, it doesn't matter. The thing is, it should be called. What we are doing is we are setting the properties. How we are setting the properties? That is, we can say we are having the data, we are having the options, we are having the chart object initialize, and then after we can say that we are calling the function. Fine. So what should be able to see, that is the stack bar chart. Fine. We'll be able to see the stack bar chart. What was there in the previous chart? That was something like this, where you can say that dv dm wp talk was this way, right? Single chart was there for each bar chart. Here what we are having is, here we are having the population in million, and you can say this is for asia, this is for europe, right? This is for asia, this is for europe. For that example, you can say you may have considered for say one college and for other college, right? That you could have taken the data. Fine. Let's see this running. Fine. This is the output, but still it is preferred that we see it running. Fine. So let's see that here. Stack bar chart. where it is stack bar chart. Let us put it here. What was there? Let me just put it. Nothing more than that is getting changed. Only thing is we should specify this line, right? These options. So we can put it here, no issue. Fine. This is bar chart. Fine. Yeah. But data 2 is to be changed. Fine. Let us put it here, or let us create the file. That will be preferable, right? So you can have the idea properly. Okay. Let me copy the way we were doing till now, right? Let me put it here. All the things, all the text I'll be putting here. Fine. No issue. What's that? We are specifying is tag true, right? Now this is the thing which we should set. Will not be doing it two times, so I'm putting it in the comment. Fine. Let me put it in the comment. Now let us proceed further. What is there inside this? You can say, let me remove this. I'll specify the options later. Fine. This is for loading the Google script API, right? Google chart API. So let me write it here. Load Google chart API. So this is what we are doing, right? That is text slash JavaScript source loader.js, right? This is what we are specifying. Let us proceed further. Now what should we do is we should have the loading of packages, right? And then after we'll be writing the drawChat function. So what do we do here is we are loading the, what we can say is Google chart packages. Chart packages. So for that, we'll be specifying this, right? Now what to write inside this? We need to specify the data, then options, then chart variable, right? So let us specify the data. Data here is this one, fine. And options, we have just seen that. I'm just pasting in front of you. We are creating the chart. With that, we are creating the bar chart. And in the options, we have already specified. What we have specified is tag true, right? So that is what is there for our this stack chart, right? Let me specify it here. That is, we can say Google stacked bar chart, fine, dot html. Okay, so specify that Google stack array rukja bar chart. Okay, save it. Fine. Now we can preview that. Fine, we are able to see. And wherever we are putting the mouse, it shows us, fine, this is for Asia, this is for Europe, right? It shows us all these things. Fine, it shows us all these things. Okay, so that is about the what? Stacked bar chart. Fine, we have seen that running also in the browser. Okay. Now we want to have the stack column chart. So what we'll be doing for that? A stack column chart is a column chart that places related values atop one another, right? One chart is there, above that other will be there, right? In the stacked column chart, right? If there are any negative values, they are stacked in the reverse order below the chart baseline. Okay? It's typically used when a category naturally divides into components. For instance, consider some hypothetical book sales divided by genre and compared across time. Stack column charts also support 100% stacking, where the stacks of elements at each domain value are rescaled such that they add up to 100%. The options for this are E-stacked percent, which formats each value as a percentage of 100. E-stacked relative, which formats each value as a fraction of 1. There is also an E-stacked absolute option, which is functionally equivalent to E-stacked true, right? So E-stack percent, E-stack relative, E-stack absolute, and E-stack true, right? These things are there for stacked column chart. Fine. So for that, what do we do is, let us have the code for that. First of all, we load the Google Chart API, that is by loader.js from gstatic or otherwise from Google, right? After that, we are loading the default packages, that is core chart, right? We are loading the core chart packages. Google.charts.set on load callback, that is for draw chart function, right? Then after we are having the draw chart function, inside that what we are doing is we are specifying the data, then view, then we are setting the options, right? And then after we are drawing the chart. Fine. So this is what we want to do. Let's see the draw chart function. What we are having in this variable data is equal to google.visualization.array to data table. What do we say? The title, DV, DM, WP, Talk, CN, Indian, literature, and role, that is annotation. Fine. Now, what do we do is 2010, 10, 24, 20, 32, 18, 5. Here you can specify whatever annotation you want to provide. You may say something, let's say A, B, C, D, A, B, C, right? We can specify that. The same thing we need to put in the code. So we will be able to see the output for that, right? Just now we haven't specified, so the output will not show us that thing. So if we want to show that, we need to specify in the code. Okay, this we can say. Then the view we are saying, that is using new google.visualization.data view data, right? Dot data view, inside that data. So view dot set columns 0, 1, calc, that is stringify, source column is 1, type is string, and role is annotation, comma 2, right? So we are setting the view of it. Next is we are satisfying, or we are saying the options, right? See, variable options name you can say as full stack, or you can say only options. It is up to you. Only thing is you need to pass it to chart.draw function, right? Function call. there we need to specify it. So what we are saying is, as we want to have the stack chart, we need to specify the is stacked percentage, that is percent, or absolute, right? We have seen, or relative, any of these things we can specify. Fine. Here what we have specified is percent. Okay, so that is from 100 percentage. Height is 300. Legend, what we want to specify is position, top, and mix line, column 3. Maximum lines, what we want to specify is 3. V axis, that is, you can say vertical axis. For that we can say 0 is there, then after 0, 0, 0.3, 0.6, 0.9, 1. Right? What we want to specify for vertical axis, they are the 0, 0.3, 0.6, 0.9, and 1. Right? So at vertical axis, we'll be able to see this particular text in the axis. Okay, we'll see the view so you can have the idea. Fine. Now variable chart, that is equal to new google.visualization.column chart. Till now we were having the bar chart for bar chart. Here now we are having the column chart, right? Shouldn't we specify something for stacked here? No, that is being specified as is stacked option, right? It is specified as is stacked option. Okay, so that's what we'll be specifying here. Here we are only having the column chart, document dot get element by id, and stacked column chart underscore values. So where we need to specify this? Inside the div id, isn't it? In the body. Fine. After that, we are writing chart.draw, view variable, options underscore full stacked, right? So script had body div id stacked column chart underscore values. It is same as what we have specified inside this get element by id, right? Okay. How we'll be able to see the output of this? That is, you can say that stacked column chart, right? One is there, above that other is there. Fine, you can see that. Okay, you can see the output of it, that is by running it in the browser. Stacked column chart, yeah, here it is. Fine, stacked column chart. Let me make it plus plus. This is what we already put it here. Fine, let's see the output. Fine, we are able to see this. Okay, we are able to see this. This is for WP, this is for DM. WP, DM, WP, DM, right? So this is what we are able to see. Fine. Now, next what we want to learn is pie chart. Next what we want to learn is pie chart. So how we can have that pie chart? First of all, what we have to do is load the Google Chat API. Fine. You may think, why are you telling it again and again? See, the thing is this Google Chat API you are learning for the first time, right? So on seeing it once, you may not understand 100% as well as you cannot remember it 100%. So if we see it again and again, the way we are creating it for different types of chart, we can understand as well as remember, right? Okay, so script type is equal to text slash javascript, and we are loading the Google Chat API. Okay, so google.charts.load current comma packages, that is core chart. What we are doing is we are loading the charts. whatever packages we required of Google Chat API, and that is the core chat, right? Default, or you can say what packages we want to have to draw the chart. Fine. So that is the core chart. Okay. Now after that, what we want is google.charts.set on callback. For that, we are specifying draw chart. That is, draw chart function will be useful in drawing it, right? Pie chart. For that, what do we want to have? We want to have the data, we want to have the options, and then after we want to have the what you can say is chart object through which we'll be able to draw it. Fine. So what we do is function draw chart variable data is equal to google.visualization.array to data table task hours per day. So we are specifying the two columns which we want to have. First column is task and second is hours per day. Okay. So work, say 11 hours, eat, say 2 hours, commute, say 2 hours, watch TV, say 2 hours, and sleep, say 7 hours. Right. So this is the data we have specified. That is using google.visualization.array to data table. Now variable options, that is equal to title my daily activities. You can specify other properties too for these options, but just now let's say that we want to have only title. Fine. Then after we are having the variable chart. So chart is equal to new google.visualization.pie chart. There we are specifying document dot get element by ID pie chart. Till now, here we were using column chart, we were using bar chart, now we are using pie chart. Okay, so what we are doing is chart dot draw data and options. Fine. After that, what we are doing is and script and head. Now body. Inside that, we need to specify div id, that is pie chart. Style is equal to width 900 px, height is 500 px, and div and body and html. What will be the output? That is this, say my daily activities, right? So from my whole day, you can say 47.8 percentage I do work. For this 8.7 percentage, you can say I paint. For some more percentage, what I am having is I'm watching TV. Sleep is 30.4 percentage and 8.7 percentage, right? That is what is the activity, right? My daily activities. It says this, okay? It says this. Fine. So the same thing we can see in our what do we say is our editor, right? What we were doing, pie chart. Let us make the pie chart. Here it is. Let me put it plus plus so you can see it properly. Fine. Now let me run this. It is same code, right, which we have just seen. So let me run this. We can see the output. Fine. This is what? This is only 4.3 percentage. Watch TV, right? Everywhere, wherever we are putting the mouse, we'll be able to see the particular annotation. That is for, this is for work, this is 11 hours and 47.8 percentage, right? For each and everything. What it is for painting, it is 2 hours, and inside that you can say it is 8.7 percentage, right? Wherever you put the mouse, you can see that. Fine. Okay. So this is the daily activities pie chart. Okay. Now, next thing what we want to learn is working with chart animations. Working with chart animations. Fine. So for that, let's see that how to animate modifications made to a chart instead of applying them instantly. Google Charts can animate smoothly in one of two ways, either on startup when you first draw the chart, or when you redraw a chart after making a change in data or options. So, to animate on startup, set your chart data and options. Be sure to set an animation, duration, and easing type. Set animation, that is using startup colon true. Setting this in your options will cause your chart to start with series values drawn at the baseline and animate out to their final state. Call chart.draw, passing in your data and options. To animate a transition, start with an already rendered chart. Modify the data table or options. Different chart types support different modifications. See the modifications, how we specify that, that is using the data, right? What do we do is specify the transition behavior using animation option and call chart.draw on your chart to transition to the new values. Let's see one example so we can have the idea what we are doing for animation, right? See, the thing is we need to specify animation. How do we specify that? That is startup colon true, right? This is what should be there. And this charter draw, that also should be there. Fine. And what else? The animation duration and easing type. That's what we need to specify for chart animations. What do we need to specify is animation duration. One is animation duration, second is easing type, and the third one is animation startup true. Fine. This should be that. And we need to call the chart.draw by passing whatever data and options are there. Fine. Now let's see the example, we can have the idea. Let's see, for our column chart, we are specifying height and width. Okay. Now, we are loading the Google Chart API that is using text/JavaScript https colon www.gstatic.com/charts/loader.js, right? div id is column chart. So wherever we are using get element by id, there also will be specifying the column chart. Okay. Now, what we want is, here we are having the buttons. It is because we want to have the transition. We want to see whether you want to zoom it, whether you want to see this, whether you want to see that. For that, what we are having is, we are having the buttons. Okay, these are the JavaScript buttons. These are not the submit buttons of HTML. Okay, so what do we do for that? That is, button type is equal to button on click, that is on clicking that button, what action you want to do, that is, you can say you want to call the function that is draw chart column, and what we want to pass to that, that is say zoom. Different categories we are specifying, right? Say if we are specifying the text as zoom, what to do? If we are specifying it as column 1, then what to do? If we are specifying column 2, then what to do, right? See, these are the things we are passing to draw chart column. And after that, what we'll be doing? That will be there inside the draw chart function. Okay, draw chart column function. Okay, so let's see what to do. These are the 3 buttons we have specified, right? Now, next what we want to do is google.charts.load. We are specifying what? That is whatever default chart we want to load. That is whatever chart packages we want to load. So for that we can say packages core chart. Fine. Now google.charts.set on load callback, that is draw chart, right? We know that we need to call the function that is draw chart function. Now here function draw chart category, and then after what we are doing is draw chart column. So first of all we'll call this draw chart function, and that in turn call the draw chart column function. Okay, what is there in this particular function? That is, we want to specify the data the way we were doing till now. This is the data, then after we are specifying the options, then after we are drawing the chart. Fine. So this is what we want to do. Let's see how we are specifying. This is function draw chart column, right? Here what we have done is draw chart. This is the default function. Okay. And what do we do is from this we are calling the draw chart column. Okay. So this one. What we did with this, that we'll see a bit later. Just recall that for clicking each and every button, we are having the draw chart column, right? We are having the draw chart column, fine? And we are specifying the category. That's what we are passing to this particular functions, fine? Function, draw chart column category. Now that we are having variable data investment. For that, you can say google.visualization.array to data table. Jar number 1, number 2, or whatever you want to specify, fine. We are specifying the data here. Okay, we are specifying the data here. Then what we have to do? Options investment. We are specifying the options. Okay, the name of variable you can say whatever you want. Is tag true? We are having the tag chart, right? We need to specify animation. Is tagged is important. See, if you want to have this tag chart, you need to specify that. But what we are learning is we are learning working with chart animations. So for that, at least duration and easing is required, right? Startup true, we can specify. Okay, so let's say that for animation we are setting the properties. For horizontal axis, what we are saying is view window, where we'll be having minimum as 0 and maximum as 5. For Horizontal axis, we are specifying minimum and maximum values. Now, variable chart investment, that is equal to new google.visualization.column chart, and here we are getting document.getElementById by id column chart. Fine. So now what is that? Variable view investment, that is equal to new google.visualization.data view. And what we are specifying? Data investment. What is that? Data investment is the data which we are specified, right? Variable view columns investment, that is equal to 0. That is the zeroth column, we can say. Or are we saying 0? We are specifying the value as 0, right? View columns investment dot push as 1. So 0, 1, 2. Let's say that column number, right? That way we are specifying. Then after we can say view investment dot set columns. Before also we were setting the columns as a 0, comma 1. Then after its properties, then after comma 2. This is what we are specifying, right? So here we are specifying it this way, that is 0 is there, then after we are pushing 1, so 1 is there, right? Now what to do? View investment dot set columns, and that is what is there for view columns investment, that is this one. For this variable whatever we are having, that's what we are specifying here for set columns. Okay, now chart investment dot draw. Chart investment is what? Our chart variable, right? Chart investment variable, this is what we were having as chart object that was being created using new google.visualization.column chart, or we can say google.visualization.bar chart or .pie chart, something like that was that. Fine. So what we are doing is, with that chart object, we are using draw. Then after view investment, right? View investment 2, that is what we are having here. Then after whatever is the options, right? Options we have specified as this one, right? Options we have already specified. What was the options? No, we can say that the options we are specifying, right? Now how do we specify the options? For drawing the chart we need to specify the options. Okay, but 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 that is the normal flow. Here what we want is, on clicking the buttons, they are say zoom, then you can say that column 1 and column 2, right? For that we need to have the output. So what do we do? That is, we can say that if the category is equal to zoom, then do something. What we do, that is options dot investment dot hxs dot view window dot min is equal to 4, and for max it is equal to 5. We have set it as what? That first of all by default it was 0 and 5, but 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 when we are having the category as zoom, at that time the mean and max are getting changed, and that's what we are sitting here, that mean is 4 and max is 5, right? So that's what we are passing with the help of chart object dot draw. Fine. When the category is column 1, at that time what we are doing is, we are having google.visualization.data view, and we are specifying data investment. Then after you can say that view columns is 0, then 1, then 2, and then after chart investment dot draw, that is view investment 2 comma options investment, right? So this way what we are doing is See, as such, it is same thing. Okay, we are drawing the chart only. What we are doing is, only thing is we want to have the animation. So with that, we need to specify the animation properties, right? So where is the animation properties? That is available here. Fine. So you can say duration is 2000 and easing is out, right? So this is what we need to specify. Fine. So what will be the output of it? For that we can say output is, we can see here, Google chart animation. Let us put that here so we can have the idea. It is Google. Just a second. Yeah, let us put this here. Yes, the code, we need to put it here. Fine. Let's see that. We have just seen the code. Here some more code are there. Fine. Let us have that. This is column chart. Fine. We are loading the, here what do we say is, by this we are loading the Google Chat API. Fine. Loader.js. Okay. See, it's not difficult. Okay. But when we see again and again, we can understand as well as we can remember. Fine. Here, what we are doing is we are having the buttons, three buttons we are having for Zoom, for column 1, for column 2, and we are loading default Google packages, that is Google Chat API packages, and we are setting the callback function is draw chart. We are specifying the draw chart function, right? What will be, this is a halfway code, but it is for animation, right? Google chart animation, right? Now, what else? We are having the Google chart column because there we are specifying the category which we have called from the previous function, right? This was draw chart from which we are calling the draw chart column. Fine. That is available here. Options we are specifying here, and as we want to have animation options must be there inside this. Okay, so let us put them here. And after, what do we do is we are setting the view. How do we set the view? That is using, you can say that, the columns we are setting, right? We are setting the columns, we are setting the minimum, we are setting the maximum, right? That's what we want to see for h axis, horizontal axis. Okay, and fine, and then after we are drawing the chart. Fine. Let's see the view here. Uh-oh, something wrong happened. Wait a moment. Something is missing. A second. Yeah, chart investment, column chart, chart investment. Okay, this is what is not copied properly, not pasted, I mean to say. Let me put it here. Then after the next one, copy. putting it here. Next, right? Yeah. Okay. Now let us run this. Are, what happened? Let me check it out. What happened?